The negative manifestation spiral is the single biggest thing that's keeping 99% of the population stuck and unable to manifest their dream life. In this video, I'll be explaining to you exactly what the spiral is and how you can change it so you can use it to your advantage instead of it leading to your downfall and creating the reality that you don't want. Because it can work in your benefit and it can also work against you. My experience with the spiral was when I wasn't even aware of it at all. I just thought it was life. Like, when I was younger, I used to always have bad luck. I felt like I was the most unlucky person ever. I felt like negative experiences were attracted to me. And whenever a negative certain situation happened in my life, like I got a really bad grade, or I got into a fight with one of my friends, or I did something stupid or embarrassing, I would remember that moment and I would think, oh, I'm so unlucky. My life is horrible. Why does this happen? And then what would happen was that another moment would happen again, like a negative moment. And then I would look at that and be like, see, my life sucks. My life's horrible. I'm so unlucky. And then what happened was that I constantly get those situations over and over and over again. And I felt like bad luck was on my side and I was attracting so much bad luck. It wasn't until I became aware of the spiral that I could finally change and break free. And now I just experience so many good, positive situations in my life that my past self wouldn't even have believed we could get to. And the spiral is something that no one tells you about. It's this, oh my God. Like, sometimes when you're younger and you look at people and they're so lucky and you compare themselves to you, like, oh, why do I have so much bad luck? And why did this person have so much good luck and so many positive experiences in their life? What about me? Well, I'll be explaining to you why that is exactly in this video and how you can change so you can be the person that attracts good luck effortlessly as well. Now, the loop is formed by subconscious repetition and you not being able to let go of your negative emotions. That's how the spiral is formed. Because when you have a certain situation in your life that makes you feel all of these negative emotions, all of this crappy truckload of trauma hits you, you feel horrible. And what you do is that instead of letting it go in a healthy way, you can let go of emotions in a healthy way and it won't affect you. Instead of letting it go in a healthy way, you just think that's a part of your identity. You think these experiences are part of who you are. So you keep it with you. And then you start to form the belief that you are unlucky. You are a person that attracts bad luck. You are a person that's not beautiful. You are a person that's ugly. You are a person who's not intelligent. You take these different situations and you take all of them and form them as a belief in your head because you're repeating it over and over and over again. But these situations are formed because you are repeating it in your subconscious brain. Your subconscious mind is the creator of your reality. Your subconscious mind is going to create whatever you believe about yourself into your reality. Whatever thoughts you have about yourself, whatever beliefs that you have about yourself, majority of your day, that's what's going to result in your subconscious mind creating, and that's what's going to result in you seeing more of that in your life. I wish I knew this in the past. It would have gotten me out of so many negative experiences if I realized this. And your subconscious brain is wired through repetition. If one negative situation happens and you just let it go, you brush it off, then your life is going to be the same as it usually was. But if you have a negative situation when you're trying to change your life and manifest something better, but you let that negative situation dictate your belief and like you embody that as your new identity, that's when it's going to stick with you. And if you keep doing that over and over again, like more negative situations come up and you feel like you're awful, you keep thinking that you're a horrible person, then soon that's going to form a belief and your subconscious mind will think it's true. Because your subconscious mind accepts whatever you tell it. Even if it's not good for you, even if it's something really negative that could destroy your life, your subconscious mind is your servant and will believe whatever you repeat it to, whatever you repeat to it. And that's why people with good luck, they get luckier and luckier and more positive things happen in their life because they look at a positive situation and they identify with it. They think that they're a positive person, they're a beautiful person, so more better things happen in their life. For example, if you had a trigger in your life that made you feel ugly and made you feel like you weren't physically attractive, if you embody that and if you think that's your truth, then you might create more situations in your life where it will lead you to believe that you are unattractive, you are physically unattractive. And once those start building up, it's going to turn into a belief and actually make you unattractive. Your subconscious mind will actually do that for you if you repeat it enough times. And let's say you're trying to change it. If you want to change it, if you realize that you're in this negative spiral and you have to change, the first step that you have to do is create space in your life. Create some space in your life. Because remember, you created this negative downward spiral because you were subconsciously repeating the wrong things to your brain and you couldn't let go of your negative emotions. And we're going to be tackling each of those in this video and change them. But the first and foremost step that I want you to take is creating some space in your life where you have some time to think on your own, some free time to relax, some free time to really just sit with your thoughts, be with yourself, and be at peace. Because if you're constantly busy, if you're running around doing a bunch of tasks, if you're so busy with school, work, whatever, you have homework, you have sports, you have all of these things you need to tend to, it's going to be so hard for you to change because your change, if you want to change your subconscious mind, that requires mental will. It requires mental discipline. So you need to find some time in your life where you can be peaceful for a bit, like take a break, have some space in your life, relax, reach a state where you can actually just relax and feel at peace for a bit, because that's when you can finally start to give yourself the new insights to your subconscious mind that will create and change your reality. If you're like in a state of distress, then you can't even focus on manifesting your desires because your brain, your body is trying to get to a peaceful state first rather than the dreams that you want. Like your brain just wants to survive, not thrive. Now let's dive deep into part one. How can you exactly change your subconscious mind through repetition? I'll be showing you how. So the first thing that you can do right now is to open up a notebook. Open up a notebook and write down what kind of life you actually want to experience. Do you want a life filled with luck? Do you want to feel beautiful? Do you want a life where you get your manifestation? Blah, 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 blah. And write down the identity of the person that you want to become. Write down the ideal identity of the person that you desire to become and the person that has the desires that you have. If you're maybe manifesting beauty, and maybe you just believe that you were ugly and physically unattractive for so long, then write down the identity of the person who is physically attractive and is beautiful. What's their day-to-day life like? What do they do? How do they feel in their life? How do they go about their day? And just write down every single thing about the person who has your desire. I'll be linking down a PDF in the description box below, which will help you write down what your ideal self looks like and your ideal identity, so it can make the process a little bit more easier. So check out the PDF if you want to work along with me in this video, so it'll be easier for you to write down your ideal identity. Now, a tip I have for you when creating your ideal identity is to first find models that you can mimic. find role models that you can mimic, other people that have manifested your desire, who you admire. Just find them, and you can use their energy, you can use their character and identity as inspiration for your own. So you can embody the qualities that they have first, so it's easier to embody the qualities that your ideal identity has. It makes it way easier in the beginning when you're just like trying to mimic and like think about, oh, what would my role model do? What would my favorite person do? How would my favorite person act? How would they feel? Like, write all of that down, and then your goal with this is to have a clear vision for your subconscious mind on who you want to be and what kind of life you want to create and what you want to manifest. Because the first thing you need to do is have clarity. Have a clear picture of what you want so you can create it for yourself and start working towards it. Because it's hard to feel lost, not know what you want or what you want to do or what you want to be like. So, yes, the tip would be find a role model and figure out what kind of person identity that you need to have in order to manifest your desire. Now, the next thing I want you to do once you get clear on who your ideal identity is to do the things that they do and feel the things that they feel. Try your best. It's going to feel weird at first. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But really, really, really think to yourself, does my ideal self, who's beautiful and has a perfect body and is so good looking, does she go to the gym every day? If she does, she probably does. If she does, then start forming the habit of going to the gym every single day. Does my ideal self, who's so lucky and has so many good experiences in her life, does she feel really secure about herself? Does she feel really happy throughout her day? Does she feel really grateful for the things that she has? She probably does. So you can start the habit of writing down what you're grateful for and feeling all of these feelings of gratitude into your life and making it a habit to feel that way. When you're acting like your ideal identity and your ideal self, that's literally the gateway to your subconscious brain. And when you're repeating that, doing those things, habits consistently every single day, you're gonna see so much transformation in your life. That's when this repetition is gonna work in your favor. That's when the repetition this time is gonna be a positive spiral and create more positive situations in your life. Because in the past, you used negative repetition, but now you'll use positive repetition to create your ideal life. So yes, does your ideal self, maybe your ideal self quits certain habits? Does your ideal self constantly scroll on her phone the first thing that she wakes up in the morning? Maybe not. Then what does she do? Maybe you could replace it with a healthier habit. Maybe you could replace it with another potential habit. And I know it might be a little tricky when you're writing down your ideal self and trying to figure out what they would do, because you've never really lived the life of a person like that, so you're not sure what they would do. And that's why I would recommend getting role models and finding role models so you can emulate what they are doing if it's healthy. If it's healthy and if it's going to make your life better. Now, this is a lifestyle habit change. This isn't a one-time thing. This is going to be your new lifestyle. And it's so important to be consistent with this because this is what's going to create your new reality. Subconscious repetition is so important for change. It takes about 66 days to fully rewire your brain and see change in your life. And it takes about 21 days to find and keep a habit in your daily routine that's new and is helping your life. So if you want to learn more about how you can change your mindset and your habits to align with your dream life and align with your dream reality, I have a Mindset and Habits Masterclass. First link in the description box below if you want to check it out. Anyways, let's go on with the video to part 2. Letting go of negative emotions and triggers. Whew, this is a big one. Okay, so basically, I already made a full video on this, and it's really in-depth, and it has like really specific action steps that you can do to let go of your negative emotions when they come up. And the reason why we need to let go of your negative emotions in a healthy way is because you cannot suppress an emotion. You need to know how to let go of it healthily so it doesn't affect your brain and doesn't form a negative belief in the future. When you let the energy pass through you, when you let that negative situation of maybe feeling like you aren't worthy or good enough, or maybe feeling like you won't manifest your desire, instead of getting overly affected by it and overwhelmed and feel hopeless and sad, you can let go of it so you can continue focusing on the thoughts and beliefs that will bring you to your dream life. Because remember, 80% of majority of what you feel in your day-to-day life will dictate what you manifest. 80% positive feelings will result in you making so many positive experiences in your life. And that's why letting go of negative emotions is so important, so you don't struggle with the negative emotions holding you back again. I'll give you a quick recap in this video. So the first thing that I want you to do is find a safe spot for releasing that negative emotion, because you're going to have to feel that emotion to truly release it. You got to feel all the pain. You got to feel everything. It's going to feel overwhelming, but cry. Let it out. Punch a pillow. Vent to ChatGPT. Write down in your journal. Just release. Let it flow out of you. Do all of those things. And just breathe with yourself. Breathe over and over. Just let it go. Every single drop of that emotion. And then have compassion for yourself. Have compassion. Have awareness that it's okay for negative situations to come up. And have compassion for yourself. Let it go, because you know that you deserve so much better and you're not going to let it affect you. Let it go. Reaffirm your positive new identity. Reaffirm and remember that you are this new version of yourself. This new empowered version of yourself, not the past you. Love. Bring up love. Hug your younger self. See your younger self through your eyes. Just see them as a little kid that didn't know any better, that didn't know that all of this was going to happen, and you deserve so much because you're a little kid at heart. Your inner child, your younger self needs that love. Have compassion and decide to keep choosing your new identity for your younger self, and just to love yourself. Have compassion for yourself. So much love. And another thing that you can do right after this is to just think to yourself, where does this trigger come from? Why is it affecting me so much? And write it down in your journal and do a little bit of self-awareness journaling. Like, why does this affect me so much, this negative trigger? And really, really, that's the first step to healing as well. Now, I want to mention right at the end that you can also look for meditations online that will help you with this. Releasing negative emotion meditations, and that will help you so much with the process of letting go of your emotions instead of suppressing them, which you've been doing for a long time, but now it's finally time to change. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and make sure to like and subscribe if it was helpful.